Hi! 1 second. I literally had my iPad air screened up here like 1 second ago! What the frick happened? Hi! Hi! My iPad was literally on screen like 5 seconds ago! What the heck? Capture my gosh darn thing! Okay, 1 second. My iPad was literally on screen. Can you please screen share my iPad? Excuse me. Okay. Thank God. Let's go. iPad. Okay. iPad. Capture. Capture. iPad. iPad capture. There we go. Look, my iPad. Hi, everyone. How are you? Hello. It's I was about to say it's Sunday. It's Saturday. Hi. Hello. America, yeah. Hello. Sorry, that's Yui's thing. Hi. It's certainly been a day. It's nice to see you all. I hope you've had good breakfasts, good lunches, and good dinners. Because I know for some of you, it's literally like 6 o'clock at night, and that makes no sense to me. I hope you're all having a good day. I wanted to ask a question before we start today. Do you care if we draw the Crybaby model, or can I draw something else and then like, but like we're still hanging out and talking? What do you mean eat for the first time after stream? You should eat during the stream. What do you mean after the stream? I was kind of thinking, what if instead of us drawing the Crybaby model, we drew Leora? What if we drew Leora? I was like, maybe we should draw Leora. If you don't know Leora, Leora is one of my friends who is going to graduate tomorrow, and we're gonna raid into her 3D concert after the stream. So I was thinking while I was on my dog walk that maybe it would be fun to draw her instead of drawing the Crybaby model today, and then we'll do the Crybaby model this upcoming week. Yeah? Okay, let me change the stream title. I just thought maybe that would be fun before we raid into her. And save. So if you don't know the history of me watching or talking to or about Leora Valkyria, she was like one of the first VTubers that I ever saw. Like ever. I was just randomly fed her one day. So I don't know if I ever talked about how I discovered VTubers. Have I ever told you guys how I discovered VTubers? Is that a thing I've told you guys? Why is the chat over this freaking iPad? Wait. Have I ever told you that story? Am I a broken record who always tells you the exact same thing every single time? I feel like I do that. Also, I saw you guys talking about you wanting me to explain about Hollyleaf and like Ivy Pool and like the warrior cat thing. Can I just say, I think it should be obvious, but just so that you guys understand when I talk about like me like having like a crush on like Simon and like Hollyleaf and that sort of thing, like I'm like, it's a bit, but also it's like, what do you call, like, aesthetics? How do you explain that? There's like a term for it, right? It's like, what is that term? It's like when like you recognize something is attractive because of its similarity to like humanity. There's like a term, I don't remember what it's called, but it's like a thing. It's like, I find Hollyleaf and Ivypool attractive not because they're cats, but because I really like their personalities. Like, I don't actually find cats attractive. I find, like, I think that Hollyleaf and Ivypool have personalities that I find very attractive. Would I ever want to make out with their character? No, it's a cat. But I find their personalities very attractive. It's what attracts me to their characters. I'm not sexually attracted to their characters. I think that their characters are, like, really, like, I love their characters. I adore their characters. I wouldn't make out with their characters. I just find their personality attractive. Does that make sense? You guys were, like, asking me to explain it completely sober. And so now I'm telling you completely sober what I mean when I talk about, like, characters like Hollyleaf and Ivypool. Like, I don't want to kiss their character, but I really love their character, and I think that people sometimes don't give Warrior Cats characters a chance as, like, characters to read about because they think it's weird to read about cats. I think if you think it's weird to read about cats, that there's something wrong with you. It's just a cat! What's so wrong about reading about a cat? Cats are cool! They're, like, really phenomenal animals. Why would we own so many of them if we didn't think they were cool? You know what I mean? Like, I obviously don't think that, like, furries are a bad thing. Because it's not about being attracted to an animal. It's about attraction to, like, the creatures that are drawn and stuff. But it's like, I think people have a lot of misconceptions about what that is, you know? Like, I feel like a lot of people don't, like, have more fun making fun of what furries are supposedly to them versus what, like, a furry is. And then also, like, in my head, like, when I defend, like, finding someone like Simon attractive, it's not that, like, he's, like, it's not that he's, like, a chipmunk that I find attractive. I just liked his personality when I was growing up. I liked that he was, like, I always sort of liked the rule follower characters. I was, like, a really big fan of characters that were, like, who, like, listened to the rules and, like, followed the rules. I was one of those kids. Like, I really like those types of characters. So to me, I think he's a very attractive character. Do I think that chipmunks are attractive? No. But it's easier for me to find him as an attractive character because he has a very, human-like face. Like, he expresses very humanly. You know? Oh. Hello? Computer? Why are you not letting me move? Okay. My computer froze for a second. Don't worry. It is all okay now. Everything is moving again. I want to zoom. I want to enhance on this picture. Can I zoom in? More. Can I zoom in more? Enhance more! No, no, no. Don't draw on it. No, no, no. Don't draw. Just zoom. You guys can't see this, but I have, like, a picture of Leora pulled up in, like, I'm just trying to enhance on her, but it's not letting me enhance on her without drawing on her. I would love to enhance without having to draw, please and thank you. Please and thank you. I would like to just enhance. No pen. No pen, please. Just enhance. It's too big. Okay. We're gonna just throw her into my browser and see if that works better. Can I just enhance, please? Thank you. I just want to see her freaking face details. But, like, I found Simon, like, attractive as a kid, but who I found more attractive also was Jeanette. When I was a kid, like, her shyness was also very attractive. I think I liked a lot of nerd characters. I guess I still kind of like nerds. I think they're, like, cute. I think, like, not, like, femboy stuff, but, like, just, like, the more, like, bookwormy, sort of shy characters. I always thought were really cute when I was younger. They appealed to me when I was young. You know? But, like, nowadays, I don't know. I also know, I saw you guys talking about like whether I've like watched certain shows. I have watched I watched The Owl House when it was coming up. Glasses or no glasses? I didn't really care about glasses. Glasses aren't really, I'm not like into the, is it called Megami? I forget. But I really liked Owl House. I watched the whole thing when it was coming out. I also am a big fan of not just the Owl House, but She-Ra. I know you guys also were like, talking about She-Ra in my general. I also like She-Ra. She-Ra was something I watched. And I do like Little Miss Perfect / Ordinary. They're both songs by a musical composer called Jirai Kwon. I know a lot of people associate Little Miss Perfect and Ordinary with the Owl House. But it's by a composer who writes musical theater. His name is Jirai Kwon. He wrote Little Miss Perfect the musical. It's an actual full musical. It's not just a song. But like it's the most popular, those are like the most popular songs from the musical. It's not just those two songs. And he's a really good composer. If you like those two songs, you should really check out like his discography. He has really good music that aren't just those two songs. He also has a phenomenal singing voice, but that's like not here. That's not a part of the composing's part, you know. But, you know, do you think I look better with glasses or no glasses? That was the question I put out today. Oh, also, when we're talking about what got me, the first like VTuber I ever like, so I first found out about VTubers thinking that they were like anime characters. You know what I mean? Like, cause like, I mean they are, but do you know what I mean by that? Like I was on a bus, and listening to Spotify, and on my Spotify shuffle, I started hearing Tokino Sora, and I thought like, oh, when I looked at like the picture, I was like, oh, it's like a character song. You know, like how do they still do this? When I was growing up, there were a lot of animes that would have character songs released. Like they would release with the anime like songs that were just by like singular girls, and they were called character songs, I think is what they would call them. Like Tokumimu and stuff like that. They would have like character songs that were sung just by the characters, and they weren't in the anime, but they were released alongside it. So when I saw Tokino Sora for the first time on Spotify, I thought she was a character from an anime who had released a character song. And the first song I ever heard from a VTuber was a song called Step and Go, and it was a Tokino Sora song called Step and Go. It's one of my favorite songs just nostalgically, but you know, it's not my favorite song in general by a Hololive girl. But I just thought that she was a character song sort of person, right? But I saved the song. And then, you know, like, sorry. My allergies are mediocre today. After that, I kind of just let it slide. I wasn't really thinking about it, but I had saved it in my Spotify playlist. And then, I was on TikTok. And I saw Shy Lily. There was a really popular clip by Shy Lily. It was the one with the submachine gun where she goes like that as she like makes the submachine gun sound. And so that was like the second thing I saw of YouTubers was like the Shy Lily model with the submachine gun clip. I was like, that's so cool. Like, how does she animate that? So I looked into her, and I found her channel on Twitch. I had never watched a Twitch stream before. I didn't even have an account, but I opened Twitch to see her because I wanted to see like how this anime character moved. Because I thought that she was like hand animating it. I did not understand how VTubers worked. But I looked into her, and I thought, wow, that's so cool. And then I started like looking more into VTubers, and I found out that that girl that I had heard that like Spotify song from was a VTuber and not an anime character from an anime. But that's like how I discovered the main parts of VTubing. Those eyebrows are too high. They're not serious enough looking. I miss character songs. I used to find certain animes because I would find an anime, like a character song. There's actually an anime slash game thing that I found through Spotify that has this song that I really like, but like I can find like barely any information on it, and it has like the longest name I've ever seen. It's called let me find it for you actually. I think it'd be so funny because I'm gonna try to read it to you. Let me find it. It's so easy to find for you. 1 second. I'm dying. I don't know what's wrong with my nose today. I was fine like literally 20 minutes ago. I was literally so normal 20 minutes ago. And it all just changed. I really can't tell you why. Okay. Because it goes da 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 do da 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 da. That's the start of the song, but it's like a very obscure song slash anime that this song came from. But it's like one of the last character songs I'd heard of. And it has the longest name in the world. Did I already pass it? No, I didn't pass it. I'm looking at my Spotify heart playlist. Wait. I'm gonna find this song or I'm gonna find this song. I went too far back. Go forward, go forward. Go forward in time. We've gone too far. I've scrolled too fast. That's why I did not find it. Because you can like literally see the progression of me liking VTubers on Spotify from my liked songs. Because it starts off with like Step and Go, and then it goes into then it goes from Step and Go into Capsule. Then it goes to Reflect. Then Journey Like 1,000 Years. Then it goes to Smiley Shiny Story, Ghost, Violet. Bare Your Teeth. Okay, wait, let me find this song though. Remember your purpose. You're looking for this very specific song with the longest name you've ever seen in your life. I literally found this song on the way to school one day. Where is it? Oh, here it is. Wait, I can't play it out loud. I'm gonna get killed. Okay. My mic will pick it up and then that will get me in trouble. Okay. It's called Watashi no Naka no Watashi no naka no ge so teki sekai ka no yobi so no ke gen wo soki. Oh, there we go. Okay. It's so hard to read on Spotify because it's in all caps. Okay. Let me go back to VTube Studio. Yeah, that one! Nugget, you found it. That's the song I'm talking about. That's the last character song I ever saw. That I ever saw, like, randomly that come onto my feed. Watashi no naka no genso teki sekai oyobi sono kengen o souki saseta aru genjitsu de no dekikoto ni kansuru ikikosatsu. What do you think of it? It means regarding the events at the intersection between my whimsical worldview and the reality that it manifests in between. What do you think of that? It just came up on my feed. It's a character song. It's by Nagi. It's from Irodori Midori. Irodori Midori. And I don't even know what that is. I really like the song. But I don't really understand this show. It just popped up one day, the songs from this show, on my gosh darn, like, Spotify playlists. But I don't know what it is. What is this? It's a Japanese anime television series by Akatsuki based on an in-game band of the same name from Sega's Chunithm action rhythm game. Aired from January to February 2022. Isn't that crazy? But I like the chord progression in it. It's very jazzy. Can you believe it just showed up on my feed one day and I was like, oh, okay, sure, surely. Why not? You know? Shalalala, 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 ah, shalalala, shalalala, ah. Okay, wait. I want to, like... So we have to... The goal of this, like, art that I'm doing right now is literally, like, I want to... So I'm doing what I do every time I draw. Which is I make this... I do the stupid head. And then I... Okay, I do the head. I don't know why I started drawing the brows, because I'm not going to draw her looking straight on. I just started doing that out of instinct. I apologize. So... I'll grab the head. Shrink it. No, shrink it. Don't move it. Shrink it. Turn it. That's too much turn. Move it. Oops. This is not how you should learn to draw. I'm just not a good artist, so this is how I draw. I don't recommend drawing like this. It's not that good. It's just what you do when you're like me and you don't know how to do it. Good afternoon! I always start from like the same position and then oh yeah, I forgot it's I forgot it's still freaking mirrored. And then I just go as I change along as it goes. A lot of the things that I do art-wise are like not really how you should go about doing art. It's just what I've always done and so I haven't changed, even though that you really should have just evolved yourself to change. You know? I've always liked art, but I never like got too into it to where I like worked on fixing my skills, you know? Like I never got far enough into learning how to do art that I started like actually working on my skills. I just kind of, and that's why I don't really improve, is like you kind of have to work to improve and I don't really work to improve. I just kind of do things and then hope that it works. You know what I mean? Like, I know that if I would just spend maybe, like, 5 minutes a day actually doing some sort of, like, actual, like, body study, I would be way better at art. Like, if I just spent a little time every day, like, emulating art and, what you call, like, what do you call it? It's not buddy study. It's like it's like when you look at something and then from like real world and then you like try to do it with your eyes. It's like a practice or something. I forget what they call it. It's like when you like look at it like you look at the trees and you try to emulate it and you look at the way that a body moves and do the shapes and study the shapes of the body and stuff. Anatomy and stuff like that. Like that I would improve by a lot. That's normally what they say for artists. I don't do that though, but you really should. And don't pick up my bad habits because I can't do a lot of things and it's because I don't do that. There's a lot of things that I can't do and it's because I haven't done any of those basic things. Hi, Dayla! Hi! If you want to be a good artist, don't do anything that I'm doing. And practice. I don't practice enough. Sometimes I won't practice for like, I'll get into the slump where I don't want to draw, and then I won't draw for like 4 to 5 months, and then I start trying to draw again, and I suck ass even more. And I go, why did you not practice during that long stint of time, Toka? Why would you do that? Sometimes I do that, I'm like, why did you do that? That's so stupid. Because art is like, you know, there are people who like naturally understand art more, and have more of like the eye for it. But like, you know, anyone can learn how to draw, just like anyone can learn how to sing. You know, so it's like that sort of stuff. You know. 1 second. Sorry, I was telling Perry I love her. She texted me something funny and I had to tell her I love her. I love when an SVP girl will like just randomly send me something funny when I'm like streaming, and then I see it and then I feel compelled to tell them that I love them and respond. I'm one of those people who gets anxious where I like feel like if I don't respond fast enough, people are gonna think I don't like that I don't care or didn't appreciate what they sent me. So then I have to do something because then I start to feel like I don't want them to think I don't care. I don't know if any of you are like that. I have I'll like if I take too long to respond, I consider not even responding because at that point I just feel so bad. I'm like I don't even know what to do. So I either have to respond immediately or I don't respond. I either need to respond immediately or I just won't respond because I'm too anxious at that point to say anything. If I've forgotten to respond for more than 2 days, I probably will not respond because I start to get really anxious. I'm like, what do I do? What do I do? Do I say something now? It's been too long to say something now. How do you say? You know what I mean? I'll fix the eyebrows later, but that's a very like, oh, it's too high. Zoom out, Toka! It's too high! I was gonna say, that's a very Leora expression, but I drew her eyebrows like 20,000 miles above her head. That's like a pretty Leora expression, like slightly quizzical yet laughing in like a very charming way. If I know them really well, I take all the time, and the rest has to be relatively quick. Yeah. And she has to have like a very mildly bemused expression. But yeah, I was gonna say when I just around when I had started to finally get into like watching VTubers and stuff is when I randomly came across a cover by Leora. It was her bathtub in Nitro Tetris. Nitro Tetris? What the heck is a Nitro Tetris? Why did I say Nitro Tetris? It's Neon Tetris or whatever. I never learned the name of that song. I just know the artist is her with a red background. Ugh, okay. It's called Bathtub and Neon Tetris. I'm so good at remembering names. Okay. Ah! Okay, shut up. Why do you care that I have 442k unread emails? Yeah, I have 42k unread emails. And what? What about it? I don't respond to emails. I don't respond to emails. Can my freaking error player stop doing that? Yeah. I haven't so I have several email accounts. I don't know if that's normal, but I have like a ton. I have like one that's for when I sign up for like sites that I think are like kind of sketchy. I have an email that's for only health related things. So like things like doctor's appointments, medical stuff. Like I have a specific email just for medical stuff. I have an email that's for like my IRL job. I have an email that's for like my acting stuff that I used to do. I have an email that was like my old like high school email. I have like I think I've mentioned before I have 2 degrees. So I have also an email for my other school that I went to. I also have an email that is like really like a really old email, like one of my first emails, and I still have that one. And then I have my SVP email. So, you know, like over the years, the emails that I don't open just kind of stack up and stack up and they stack up and then I don't respond. I only open emails that I find important. Every other email goes unread. And I know that you're supposed to go through your emails and like start to delete ones, but I don't delete my emails. Is that a problem? Probably. Have I ever done anything about it? No. I haven't done anything about it, actually. Doesn't seem like a problem to me. It's not. I mean, they don't, like, delete the emails, so it's kind of like, why would I ever, like... Why would I ever try, you know? To, like, go through and fix or anything, you know? Like, I don't need to, so there's not really a reason. But it's okay. You might think that that's a lot. But like, I have a friend who has like, and it's not even like, it's, what do you call? It's not her, like, emails, it's her text messages, and she has, like, 10k unread texts, okay? So, I'm really not that bad, because I'm not into thousands of text messages. I have 0 unread text messages. All of my text messages get read. So, you know, I just think that emails are such an outdated way to communicate. I would just prefer someone text me if they actually need something. And like doctors, you know, nowadays they'll just message you. So it's like, It's easier that way, you know? As long as it works, yeah, as long as it works, you know? WhatsApp. I've never had a WhatsApp. Is it a good... Do you guys like WhatsApp? Is it good? I've never really been into WhatsApp. I don't think a lot of people in America use WhatsApp, do they? Do people in America use WhatsApp? I've never had a friend who asked me to add them on WhatsApp who was American. Cause I have some friends who like don't live in America who use WhatsApp, and they'll ask me about it and I'll be like, I'm not adding another thing that I have to message on. If you want to talk to me, use Discord. Viber? That sounds what the heck is a Viber? That sounds like sussy. What is Viber? Discord and normal text messaging here. Yeah, that's me too. You prefer calls? Ooh! I hate calls. I hate calls. Don't talk to me. Don't talk to me. Don't talk to me on the phone. Oh my god. Phone calls make me want to throw myself into the abyss. The only person I allow to call me is my mother. My mom is allowed to call me. Yui's also allowed to call me. I don't even want my friends to call me. Like, my IRL friends, I do not want them to call me. Do not freaking call me. But, I mean, my mom and Yui can call me. Rakuten Viper. Oh, I see. Yeah, I've picked up the phone for like an IRL friend if we're like meeting up to like go somewhere, right? If she's like, hey, I'm here, and I'll be like, okay, I'll be right out, because like all my friends have to drive me places because I can't drive. But like, unless it's like that, or like I've been to like Costco before with friends, and then I get lost, then I have to call them, and then they answer because I'm lost in Costco and I'm looking for my friends because I can't find them. Then we call, but I won't pick up the phone otherwise. They also know, like, my friends know that, like, unless we're already planning to meet up, that they're not supposed to call me unless it's emergency, because I'll assume it's an emergency by default. I just assume that if someone's calling me, it's an emergency. So when I see a phone call, my heart rate picks up and I get nervous, and then I answer the phone and I'm like, are you okay? What's going on? Because otherwise, why wouldn't you just text me? I respond very quickly to, like, text messages on, like, the messaging app. Yeah. But my mom calls me. I call her once a week. At a minimum, I try to call her at least once a week. I've had my ear hurt on the right side for the last couple of days. It'll just, like, randomly, like, there will be, like, a sharp pain in my ear, and then it'll go away. And it'll, like, do, like, a pulsing sharp pain in my ear, and then it'll go away. You ever have that? Does it happen to any of you? Tell me it's normal. Just tell me it's normal, right? Hi, Emily! Maybe at one point, I forget. Do you guys not have, like, a sharp pain that just sometimes shoots in through your ear on one side and then leaves? I'm worried I'm getting an ear infection and I don't know why I would have one. I'm worried that I'll have an ear infection. I used to have this ear- I I've only had an ear infection with earbuds in? No, I don't. I actually lost my pair of earbuds. I've had to use my, I lost my really nice pair of earbuds that I've used for the last couple of years that I, like, wear outside every single day. I put them in my backpack and I'm worried they fell out of the pocket because I can't find them. But, like, I've been having to use my headphones for the last couple of days because I can't find my earbuds and it's stressing me out because I use those earbuds, like, everywhere. I take those things, like, everywhere with me. I don't know where they are, though. I mean, I theoretically can just buy another pair, but they're kind of expensive. So, I mean, I could. It's like one of those things that I find integral enough to my life that I would spend the money to just get a new pair if I needed to. Because the headphones are great. They're really good quality. It's just, they're so cumbersome in my everyday life. That's why I liked the earbuds. But they're like, I cleaned out my backpack, couldn't find it. Checked all around my apartment, couldn't find it. And the last time I had them, I was outside. Which is why probably I should never leave the house, because then I lose my earbuds. But I've had them for, I guess, 5 years at this point. So, I mean, I in theory, you know, like, they're old. It's not like they were new. I've had them for like 5 years, but it's like one of those things where it's like, ideally I wouldn't have to buy a new pair. I would just find them. And then I would just have them again, you know? That's the ideal. I want my earbuds back. I know I asked for my Mama Lucy to draw me with headphones, but that's more of like, because I feel like headphones fit my aesthetic more. I actually use earbuds. As much as I love the aesthetic of headphones, they're too cumbersome. But the only time I've ever had an ear infection was like when I was younger. I had this ear infection that was like so bad that like I was rolling on the floor screaming, and my parents were like trying to soothe me because I was in so much pain, and I would really not like that to happen ever again. Have you guys ever had an ear infection like that? I had an ear infection when I was a kid, and it was so bad. I was lying on the floor. My dad was putting an ice pack on my head. I was screaming and crying in pain. And I had like a really high fever. And I was, they had my little blanket on me, and I was watching Animal Planet, because that's what I would do as a kid. I watched a lot of kids' TV, but, like, I didn't do that. Like, my normal TV wasn't watching, like, Cartoon Network or stuff like that. Like, I watched it, but that wasn't, like, my main thing that I would put on. Like, the main things I would watch for comfort as a kid was the Animal Planet, National Geographic, and the Health Channel. And I loved watching Mystery Diagnosis. Oh yeah, the vertigo was so bad. I remember once, one of my tutors that I had at a certain point, she like came to visit my house, and she was getting sick that day, and she was walking out to leave after our session. And then she like fell over onto the floor, and we had to walk her to her car, and my dad drove her home in her car with my mom following behind, and they dropped her off at home because she had extreme vertigo that day because she was coming down with something, and we didn't want her to drive home because we didn't think it was safe. So my dad drove her car instead, and they took her home. But I watched her fall down in front of me, and it was really scary. And she was okay in the end. I forget what it was, but she had extreme vertigo for like several weeks. She wasn't able to see us. Because there was a time I had an at-home tutor who was, she was a college student who went to school, in our general area that they, like, found a listing from on Craigslist. She was, like, looking for extra work. So I had a at-home tutor for a bit who was, like, a student who was getting, like, her degree in, younger kid education, who was, like, home tutoring me for a bit. Honestly, a really smart job to take, you know? To, like, if you need extra money as a college student, to, like, offer to tutor neighborhood kids if you're getting your degree in, like, education. Especially if you can, like, go to that person's, like, house and help tutor. I feel like that's such a cool idea to, like, get extra money if you don't want to get, like, a job with, like, a certain place. Because then you're kind of, like, also offering, it's, like, a slight babysitting service, too, because you're, like, taking care of this kid for the time period that you're, like, tutoring them while the parents can kind of just vibe. Yeah, because she just basically, like, helped me with, like, my Kumon. As all Asian kids had, I went to Kumon. She'd help me with my Kumon. And my other homework that I had. And like when I was having trouble, she would try to explain to me how to do math and English, but I never understood it. But she certainly tried her hardest. She was super cool. Tutoring high school kids who are prepping for the SATs, ACT is good too, yeah. Oh, the Kumon, the sad smiley logo, yeah. Isn't it such a weird logo for like a program that supposedly like helps to like format excellence and stuff, and then it's like the most disappointing look ever. It's like we promote excellence in our students. Sad, depressed face. The face of children who go to Kumon, they go home with their sad, disappointed smile in their life. Does this even look like Leora? I feel like I'm kind of getting her essence, but I don't know if this fully looks like Leora. Does this look a lot like Leora? Could you tell? Does this look enough like Leora Valkyria? It's like... That's Leora-ish. I think I need to draw her, like, ear thingy. Maybe that'll make her more recognizable. That is a very important part of her design. It's like... This. 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 And 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh my god. My nose. I'm dying. Her ear accoutrement. Yeah. Ugh. Ugh. That's just how life is gonna be, huh? It's whatever. I made it way too big, though. Okay, let's make it smaller this time. Oh my god, you know what I should do later today is I should drink my pineapple juice. Oh my god, I never Okay, I'm gonna post my picture after the stream. I went to the pub yesterday and then I took a picture of the burger after I took a couple of bites, but I still took a picture, so I have to share it after. I'll share it after the stream. But I got a pub burger with an egg on it. What does this even look like? What am I looking at? Why is this so hard for me to understand what I'm seeing right now? What if I draw it like without being on her ear and then I go back to it? Okay, wait. There's one up here. One here. I don't know why this is confusing me. One here. And then one here. One here. One here. One here. One here. There, that kind of looks like it. Sleepy? I'm not sleepy at all. I'm actually rather awake today. Okay, there we go. This is just how it is. You know what I mean? Oh, did you see the new song? Okay, there was a new song that came out today. It's called, oh, I listened to it like 20,000 times. It was so good. It's by Flavor Folly. It's called Static by Feat Hatsune Miku. I mean, I feel like you can kind of tell how my nose is going, so I don't really think you need to ask. It's not doing very well. But if you haven't seen Static by Flavor Folly, you should check it out. It has like, and it's really, the animation is really, really pretty. It looks kind of like it's coming from a Powerpuff Girls episode. It's very, very, very good. You guys should check it out. I really love songs like that have that sort of like, it's like, I don't know how to really explain it. It has like a very unique vibe to it that's not like very traditional. Drawing Serena? Does this look like Serena? Wait, I'm confused. Does this? Does this look like Serena? I feel like it... You've never seen Serena? You've never seen Serena? I don't understand what you mean. I'm confused by your question. What do you mean I don't know? I've never saw her. I don't think this looks like any of my genmates, because it's not one of my genmates. This is my friend Leora Valkyria. But I don't think it looks like Serena. If it does look like Serena, I think I did really poorly. You just know I've mentioned her from time to time? Yeah. I mean, this isn't Serena. If the ear accessory was higher up? Okay. Oh, you mean like on her head? Yeah, it could be like her ribbon. Yeah. No, this is my friend Leora Valkyria, who will be graduating tomorrow. Unfortunately. But that's just how life works, so... As they say, it's just how the cookie crumbles. I don't really think of it as like a G word. I mean, a graduation doesn't always have to be sad. She's not very sad. It's a celebration of her time as Leora and all the hard work she's put in. So, not all graduations have to be sad. She'll leave, and if she ever wants to come back, she'll go back. Because VNU was very kind to her and offered her that option. So, I mean, she said specifically she doesn't, you know, promise that she'd ever come back, but they did offer her. I thought that was really cool that they offered her the ability to come back to being Leora if she ever wanted to. I thought that was really unique and cool. found it! Yeah, it was really cool of them. So, I mean, it's like, she's leaving the character. She could come back if she ever wanted to. Doesn't mean she will, but I think that's a really cool way to treat that sort of thing. Super cool of them. I'm just gonna draw it like this for now. When I trace it later, I'll move it better, but it's gotta go like kind of here-ish, I guess. Maybe like... Oh, we'll distort it a little bit more this way. There we go, like that, you know? Because her suit kind of goes like... Oh, it shouldn't be like that, sorry. Her suit kind of goes like this. And then this should go like this. And also split this like this. I remember when I first saw her design, I thought she was so cool because I really liked this like sort of Valkyrie sort of design. Do I consider myself a professional artist? No. I'm a really bad artist. I'm not good at doing art at all. I wish I was good at drawing. I'm very mediocre to bad at art. I dream of being able to draw as well as someone like Yui or like Lemmy or Perry or someone like Kokone from VNU. You know, like, I think that's all, like, I think they're so cool for that. You know? I just think that people who can actually draw are, like, really cool. Perry the Platypus? Perry my genmate. Perry Mama Winkleton. Yeah, I love the hip wings are really cool. I love her bodysuit design as well. I think that's really cool. And I like the little accessories on the sides of her bodysuit too. I think they're all very like very it's like she has a very attractive, sleek design that I like. And like the little plumes on the side of her legs in terms of like the leg garner design are really pretty. Try like that. Yeah, it's not over designed, it's not overstated, but it's unique. I like that about her. It's like, and it's a very like, if you see her silhouette, it's a very recognizable silhouette too. Like regardless of if the wing is on or off, it's really noticeable that it's her. And I really like that. I think the ponytail, being so thin and like the curve of it's also very like it's really sleek, and I like that part of her ponytail too. And she's very like handsome, which I really like in VTuber girls. I like the sort of like handsome look. Okay, we're gonna so to draw this, hello. I hope you're doing well. Right now we're drawing my friend Leora. Showing her a little gift. Like that. I think it actually is a little bigger. Sorry. Whoopsie. Okay. That should be pretty good. Let me check the... Do I have... Okay. Okay, let me quickly... Thank you! This is just the sketch. I think after I draw the other shoulder a little further out, I will pull it together in one layer and then I'll start actually doing the line art on it. Okay. Give me 1 second though. I wanna get a drink so that I can take an allergy pill. I'll be right back. Doka-kun! Doka-kun! A noise or sound alert? Do you mean like a you mean like voice lines and stuff? Like that type of stuff? I did that for my birthday. I had like a voice pack. I had a voice pack for my birthday. Is that what you're talking about? Like that type of stuff? I have with me today pineapple juice. Because I love pineapple juice. There we go. Got it open. And we can have allergy pill. Very nice, good allergy pill. Nummy. Oh my god, I forgot how much I liked pineapple juice. That's so good. What the heck? Damn, that's phenomenal. I forgot how good it tasted. Wait, that's kind of phenomenal. What the heck? Damn, that's really tasty. Shit, I gotta buy more pineapple juice. That's so good. What the heck? I love pineapple juice. I totally forgot that I liked pineapple juice. I haven't had it in months. That's so good. What the hell? That's, I dare say, delectable. What the hell? I gotta walk to the store tomorrow. I gotta buy more. That's like pretty goated. I totally forgot that I liked pineapple juice. That's way better than like the lemonade I bought last week. The lemonade was just okay. I drank like the whole thing of lemonade. I just was like, surely I like lemonade. Nah. I love pineapple juice. Who gives a shit about lemonade? I'm a really big fan of juice. I don't know if I've ever mentioned that. But I like to normally I'll like I could dilute that pineapple juice. I don't have to drink it straight. Like I could dilute that, but it's tasty whether it's diluted or not. Oh yeah, pineapple orange juice. I've had that. It's so true. I probably will just buy a giant carton of pineapple juice to keep in the fridge and then dilute it with water so I can make it last longer. I do that a lot. I'm a huge fan of apple juice as well, but what's crazy is I don't actually like to eat apples very much, and I'm not a fan of apple pie. But I love apple flavored candies and I love apple juice. But there's something I don't really like about apple pie. It makes my tummy hurt, and I don't know why. So I don't really eat it. Like there. That's better, and then just gonna a little bigger. Okay. Just like that. Return. That. There we go. I think. Yeah. Okay. There we go. That looks pretty good, honestly. For just a sketch, that's pretty good. For me. A lot of artists could have done that way faster and it would look way better than that. But, you know, for my skill level, that's pretty good. I'll be honest. For my skill level, you couldn't really ask for better. For someone of my lowbrow tier, who could ask for more, honestly? I don't know why I always do that as if it's gonna hold a curl very well. I just have to draw with my hand not shaking. The challenge impossible. Try drawing without your hand shaking. My least... I am so bad at drawing without my hands, like, shaking. My pen lines are always super shaky. My favorite thing is, like, my friend IRL, who's, like, an artist, is always like, well, Toka, simple solution is just make your sketch your final line art and just clean your lines with your sketch. And I'm like, that's just... I don't know how to do that well enough. Like, I know a lot of artists do that. I just don't... I feel like I'm not cool enough to do that. Plus, I really like thick line art. I love thick pens. I like to use a super thick brush. I don't know why. It makes my art look more like a cartoon than an anime, because anime lines are very thin. But I just really like using a thick pen. Oh my god. Sorry. Ugh. You know? Ugh. Okay. We did that. Ugh. Oh my god! Did you guys see that they changed the end of the plot for Lilo and Stitch? The movie came out. Did you see that? That they changed the ending of the plot for Lilo and Stitch? It made me really upset. Yeah, in the end, not to ruin the new movie for you. Not to ruin the new movie. Though, I was going to go see it in theaters, and now that I know that they changed the plot, I don't want to see it anymore. My friend told me about it. Apparently, they changed the ending where now, Jumba has a twist end where now he's he becomes a bad guy. He's the twist villain. And then Lilo gets given to CPS, and then her neighbors take her in. But like Nani actually does end up giving Lilo to CPS in the end, and then her neighbors take her in, and Jumba is like a twist villain. And I was like, but that defeats the purpose of the movie! It's Ohana means family, and family means nobody gets left behind. That's the literal point of the movie. I don't know why they changed the plot. Yeah, also, Pleakley doesn't cross-dress anymore, which makes me angry. Pleakley doesn't even get to be fabulous anymore. Also, like, Jumba doesn't even have an accent either. He doesn't have his, like, iconic Jumba voice. He just sounds like a guy. I don't know, they just took all the fun parts and the good feely family for, like, parts to me, and they just were like, LOL, that sucks that you want that. And you're like, but that's the whole... You took all the things that made the original movie good, and you were like, what if I toss that in the trash and make it live action? Have you ever considered not doing that? I thought they were just gonna make literally the same movie, basically shot for shot with humans and like 3D animation. And you know what? If you want to do that, pop off, Queen. Go ahead. Make a live action Lilo and Stitch. Just make it live action. Keep the same plot. Make it in 3D. Okay? I thought they made 3D Stitch look kind of cute. I was like, surely. It's just gonna be 3D Stitch. No. They changed the plot. Stop touching the plot of the movie. It's called a remake, bro. Don't remake it if you're not gonna make it better, or just make it but in 3D. They didn't change the plot of The Lion King when they made a Lion King live action. Oh my god, yeah, they ruined Mulan too. I don't know why they had to remake Mulan. They basically gave her like magic powers and made her like a chosen one, which defeats the purpose. The purpose of Mulan is that Mulan was an everyday woman who went through extraordinary circumstances to become the hero of China. Her whole thing is that she could be any girl. Any girl could be Mulan. It was that she was put in extraordinary circumstances, rose to the circumstance, and became a hero. But in the live-action remake of Mulan, they gave her magic powers. So it was like, so she's a special one. You changed it from her being, she could be anyone, to she can only be the special people. It's like they have no, like, literary comprehension. I don't know why they keep doing that to their stupid ass fucking movies. It's like, are they even fans of Disney? The people who make these new adaptations, have they ever been a fan of Disney franchises? Do they understand what made them magical in the first place? Sometimes I'm like, the reason Disney lost its, like, magic was because, like, the people they're hiring now don't understand what made them magical. Magic wasn't because Disney Studios made it, it's because the scripts and the stories were good. That they captured the feelings that, like, many kids had inside of them and made them into digestible stories that made kids feel seen and a part of things. Hi, Web. I saw the new trailer that they made for Zootopia 2, and I'm really hoping that it's actually good, because right now it's not making... I'm not really feeling it right now! I'm really hoping they actually make it good! Because I really liked Zootopia. It was a fun movie. I liked it. It was pretty fun. I would like it if they could make Zootopia 2 a good movie, too. I've been waiting a while. Where is it? And why is it making me nervous right now with the trailers, huh? Why is it making me nervous now with the trailers? Hey. I saw that sheep lady from the first movie in her jail outfit, and I was like, can we learn from the tricks of from the movies of the past? You know, like, have we learned from our mistakes that we don't have to bring back first movie villains to make the second movie plot feel better? Have we learned from that? We don't need to do that. I know a lot of movies love to do that, and it always makes their movie feel worse because they bring back a movie villain from the first one when they really don't have to. You can have a separate villain. It doesn't have to have that. I'm really worried they're just going to rehash the same message from the first movie and the second movie again. Like, I don't know. It makes me nervous when I see stuff like that. I'm like, come on, guys. Good storytelling does not have to rely on the last piece of media you made in order to make it good. If the world that you build is solid, and the characters that you built to be the main characters work, you do not need to bring the same story or any elements from the first story to the second story to make it good. You just need a competent story and writing team. I swear to God. I know. What a shame. I asked for so many things. I can't believe I'm asking for a competent story from a multi-million-dollar industry. I can't believe I'm asking a film team that has more than $200 probably million in its budget to make a competent story that works well. That's insanity. I'm so picky. I just really would like it if Zootopia 2 was good. Ugh. Sorry. Ugh. Why does it look like that? Why did I draw her hair like that? That looks ugly. What did I do? Why did I do that? I need to fix that. That's ugly. Why did I draw that like that? Okay. We're fixing it. We're fixing it. Okay. So the hair goes where it was. This hair needs to go down here. And needs to be like... The hair starts from like here. Okay. Ugh. Like that. There we go. Okay. And it's like a little off, so we're gonna go around here. And we're gonna shove it just a little bit more in. No, you just want to pull this out, make it a little thicker towards the bottom. There we go. Great. Fixed it. Now we need one hair to go this way, I think. Right? No, I don't care. It's a part of the art, but it doesn't matter. Okay. And then one thicker hair to go like that. Like that. Okay, we need to just do that, but like with one line. Like that, I think. We're going off the rails here. We're going off the rails. We're going a little wild. We're going a little wild right now. We're not following my sketch anymore. We're going off the rails. This is a little nerve-wracking. Why am I doing that? I'm feeling a little wild right now. Why am I doing that? Like, why did you even draw the sketch, Toka, if you were gonna go off the rails like that? We're flying off the handle! Ow! My ear. I hope you're happy. I hope you're happy now. I hope you're proud how you would grovel in submission to feed the mission. If you need to get tested for COVID, you definitely should. Okay, like this. Okay. Oh! Okay. How is that? How is that going? I guess the reason that hers looks different is because, like, well, first of all, her artist is better than me. But second of all, because the line art in the center of her hair is not colored with black, it's colored with gray. Ow, my ear. So probably what I have to do is just color it differently when I color the inside. I think what's bothering me about this area is that the hair should be like this. It should be like thinner top, thicker side, like that, you know? Am I sick too? No, I'm not sick. I'm almost never sick. I just have really bad allergies. I've actually never been sick ever since I started streaming 6 months ago. And I wasn't sick at all last year either. I don't really get sick often. Surprisingly, for someone who has allergies almost every other day, like, I don't get sick. Almost ever. Like that, and then that. There, and then over here. Are you okay, Emily? What do you mean? Did I? Oh, I mean, ah. Oh, you're getting Subway for dinner? Yippee! I love Subway. That's not my favorite Subway stop. I prefer, like, all the other popular chain ones, but Subway's pretty good too. I love sandwiches. Ow. My ear. I love sandwiches a lot. They're one of my favorite foods to eat. I really like the way it feels to eat something with pieces of bread. One of my favorite sandwiches to eat when I was growing up was, I don't know if you guys have ever gotten, like, at Safeway, they have these, like, really, big subs. They're like, Subway will have these, like, or Safeway will have these super big sub sandwiches at Safeway. I don't know if you guys have ever had them. I don't know how to describe them, but they're, like, a really, really big sandwich. It's, like, the biggest sandwich. Doesn't most states have Safeway? I'm pretty sure and most states that are in the PST time zone have Safeway. Isn't that true? I've gone to a lot of different states and every state I've been to has had a Safeway. Wait, is Safeway not normal? Let me check this. Isn't Safeway what they call it on the PST side of America? Safeways in America. All Safeway locations. Safeway is in Alaska, Arizona, California, Colorado, Delaware, Hawaii, Idaho, Maryland, Montana, Nebraska, Nevada, New Mexico, Oregon, South Dakota, Virginia, Washington, District of Columbia, and Wyoming. Why does California have 241? They have 241 Safeways. I always forget how big California is. That's kind of crazy. 241 Safeways. That's a lot of Safeway. Why does my air server do that? Oh my god, air server. You kill me. You're killing me. You're killing me. Okay, let me set up my air server again. Okay, there we go. Certain states have Kroger stores in places where you live, has QFC, Fred Meyer's. Oh, I don't know. I've never been to a Fred Meyer's or a QFC, but I've been to a lot of Safeways. I think Safeway is pretty normal of a place to go to get your groceries from. I've also been to, like, Walgreens. But I know places don't just call it Walgreens. There's, like, other... Isn't there, like, other names for, like, Walgreens or something? I mean, it's fine to never leave. I don't like that I've left my home state. I've gone to, like, many different states, because a lot of the places... My schools growing up all had, like, trips to different states and stuff. So I went to a lot of different places. We had, like, a trip in one of the grades when I was growing up where, like, we went down the entire... We went all the way out to travel up and down the entire East Coast just to learn about American history. I was like, wow, I love learning about American states. That's so cool. Went all up and down the East Coast, going to traditional areas to learn about all of the different parts of like the war and stuff, you know? American education. What is happening? Ugh. Ugh. Turn my Discord off. Oh, it's Leora. Leora said that her concert will accidentally has to be pushed back an hour. Okay, her concert will be an hour later than it was going to be. There you go. Okay. Just letting her know that I told you guys. But yes, she'll be doing her concert just an hour later than she was going to. Let's do... Hi, Michael! We're drawing, instead of what we were originally doing, we're drawing my friend Leora today. Her concert, her 3D concert is getting pushed back an hour from when it was going to be, but it'll be today. We're going to raid into it after stream. But she will be graduating tomorrow, so please, when I raid into her, give her your love. Because she also worked really, really hard on this 3D concert. Have I been to Disneyland? I haven't been to Disneyland. I've been to the one on the side. What's the one on the side? I've been to the one that's next to Disneyland but isn't Disneyland. What is it called again? The one that has like the roller coasters next to Disneyland. What is it even called? Oh, something. California Adventure. I've been to California Adventure Park only, specifically. I've only been to California Adventure Park because my friends wanted to go to California Adventure Park one year, and I was like, okay. So we went to California Adventure. And like what do you call I didn't like it. And I love Disney, but it was like one of the worst experiences of my entire life going to California Adventure Park. Cause like, so my friends that I went with are like, oh, it wasn't even crowded. It was not even crowded. It was like, what do you call it? It was like it was the fact, like, so my friends that I went with are like what many would call sort of like a little bit of like Disney adults, a little bit, you know? And so like we had, I was staying at like an Airbnb with another friend, and we were like, because me and my friend commuted from where we live to go to our friends who live near Disney. So we like did a road trip. We road tripped to like an Airbnb that was like about an hour away from Disney. And then we like had to wake up at basically like 5 a.m. so that we could drive to the park park there. We only had enough money to go to California Adventure because it's cheaper than Disney. And so we went to Disneyland, or California Adventure Park Disney. And they wanted me to, like, be there with them, like, when the park opened, right? Because they're that type of Disney adult. So it was like, we stand outside for about an hour before the park even opens because we want to be at the front of the line. So we're like one of the first peoples in the line, right? And this was when this was like around when one of the new attractions had opened. And so on the way there, I was like really stressed because they were trying to get me to like help them pick out tickets, like, because when a new ride comes out, they have like a ticket system so that like you have to kind of like submit like yourself in line for a certain amount of tickets and like keep pressing like the reload on the page, and you want to get like your ticket within the first couple of minutes of the app opening for the ticket selection, because otherwise you won't have a ticket. So I was up like in the car at like 6 basically in the morning, like flipping through this Disney page app thing so that I could get tickets to the ride. 3 of us are doing it because one of us is driving, right? Out of 3 of us, I am the only one who was able to get secure tickets. I got us tickets for the ride at like 11 a.m. We got there at basically around 6:30. We waited outside of the park for like an hour until it opens. We enter the park, and when you enter the park, when they're just opening, they walk you to an area with a rope that they hold across the line. Like they like make it like starting a race. Like they get you all gathered at the front entrance. They're holding a rope, and then they're like 3, 2, 1, and they drop the rope and everyone dashes. And my friends who are like a Disney adults are like speed walking, and one of our friends is like much taller than me, and they're walking so fast. Like, I don't walk very fast because when I was younger, I went to a Christian school that taught us how to walk. So I walk in what is considered to be a very ladylike way. I was trained to walk with a very small gait. Because I was taught that was the polite way to walk. Like, they like took footprints of me walking when I was a kid. Like, we would walk with our feet in paint, and they would watch to see the way we walked. So I was like trained to walk in a specific way. Your hands are meant to be behind you because you're not supposed to look like you could ever touch anything or want to grab something. You don't want to touch something that's not yours. My hands were always behind me. But like, they like had us like, they were like walking so fast to get to like the first ride. And we get on the first roller coaster. We do it once. My friends are like, wow, that's amazing. We should do it again because there's not a lot of people here still. So we can still ride the ride twice without having to wait in a long line. We should do it before people start to actually want to ride the roller coaster. I'm like, but we just rode the roller coaster. And they're like, yeah, and we should do it again. And I was like, oh, okay. It's like 7 in the morning. We ride the roller coaster twice. They're like, okay, these are the next rides that are going to fill up really fast. So let's go over there. One ride is on the other side of the park. I'm like, oh, okay. So we like run over to the other side of the park. We ride the Cars ride. Then it's like people are actually starting to get to the park. So it's like, okay, let's go on 2 other rides. And then we can get ready to do the new ride that just opened. So then we have to go to like the water ride. And then we go to like one more ride. It's the one that like does the drops. It doesn't really affect me on the Disney rides, because the Disney rides are not intense, like, in any way. Like, I get motion sick on, like, super long, like, bus rides, but, like, the Disney roller coasters are actually very, like, calm. Like, I think I'd get motion sick if it was actually, like, a big roller coaster. I did, like, the drop ride. I forget what it's called. It's at the big Disney one that has, like, the projections. It's, like, the Marvel characters or something. I did the drop ride, and then they were like, it's time for the new ride. We went to the new ride. This was also, like, around when, like, one of my friends had just turned, like, old enough to drink. And so, like, we're also drinking alcohol at Disneyland, which is very expensive, by the way. And then they're like, let's go to the Toy Story ride, and we do the Toy Story ride. And then like at that point we've gone through like some rides we went twice, and then it's like we're running out of rides at California Adventure. Okay, at this point we're running out of rides because California Adventure is very small comparatively to Disneyland. There is not a lot to do there comparatively. And then we're like, okay, should we get lunch? And then my friend's like, no, I already brought lunch, so we don't have to wait in line because that's a waste of time. So she brought us peanut butter jelly sandwiches. So we sit down at a table and we're eating peanut butter jelly sandwiches. And I'm kind of like, I would prefer to get actual food, but I'm too anxious to say anything. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm just gonna eat these peanut butter jelly sandwiches and have water. And then I wanted chicken strips. I muted for that. I thought I did, right? You didn't hear that. I sneezed like a dad on accident. Sometimes my sneezes are too aggressive for you to hear it. I know. I can always tell when they're gonna be too aggressive. And then, like, after that, we went through every single ride at that point, and then it was starting to get dark. And then my friend was like, I need to eat food, or I'm gonna pass out. So then we went and we got popcorn and some pretzel bites, because it was the one that had the smallest line. It was like the one with snacks. So we went to the one that had like some popcorn and pretzels. Which, in my opinion, isn't a dinner, but that was, like, I guess, gonna be our dinner for the night. I kind of wanted a burger. Or, like, maybe some actual food. But they were like, the food lines are too long at Disney. We can eat after the park closes. So we can just have snacks now. And I was like, oh, okay. And then by the end of the day, I was starting to get to the point where I was like, I'm gonna cry. At the end of the day, we were getting to the point where I was like, I think I'm gonna cry if we have to keep doing this. Because I was like, I can't do this anymore. Because it was getting to the point where the park, you were there from when it opened till it closed. Because the parks close at around like 11 p.m. at night. They don't do fireworks at California Adventure. They do fireworks at actual Disneyland. I was at California Adventure. So there were no fireworks for us, unfortunately. So we did one more round of the Cars one before it closed, and then they were like, I think if we run fast enough, we can get to the tower or whatever that did the drops. And I was like, I don't know if I can do that anymore. But then they were like, we're gonna go. And so they started running. And I was like, oh. So I started running. And then we got in the line. And I turned to my roommate. And I was like, I can't do this anymore. And she was like, it's okay. You can go wait outside while they go do the ride. She was like, I don't even want to be here anymore. She was like, I was tired like an hour ago. And so like, her and I left the line and just let our friends go to do the final ride. And then I walked with her to go. Because she's the one that like needs to eat. Because she has like a health problem. So we went to go to one of the places and they didn't have any food left because they already closed all of the like machines to cook down. So they only had like a pack of nuts. So I bought her the pack of nuts so that she could eat. And then I bought a bottle of water so I could have some water. Because I hadn't had any water ever since lunch. So then I had water and she had a bag of nuts. And our friends ride the ride, and then they come back, and then we're leaving, and we're trying to find a place to eat, but it turns out everywhere around us was freaking closed, because it was 11 p.m. at night! And the only place open was Starbucks. So we went to a Starbucks, and we got their breakfast, like their, they're like constant breakfast sandwiches they have all day. And I got one of their Impossible sandwiches, and honestly, that was one of the tastiest Impossible sandwiches I've ever had in my whole life because I was so hungry. But it was certainly an adventure. I really hated it. It made me really upset, but certainly I couldn't ask for anything more. So What you gonna do? And I vividly remember on the way back to the Airbnb, my roommate was like starting to fall asleep, and I was like, do you like, I can't drive, but like, do you want to pull over so you can take a short nap? And she was like, no, I just need to listen to something that will like make me stay awake because I'm too annoyed to go to bed. And I was like, okay. So I was like, what if we listen to VeggieTales? And then we started listening to VeggieTales and singing along to VeggieTales on the highway to drive to the Airbnb so that she wouldn't fall asleep on the road. And I just have this very vivid memories of like this very vivid memory of being like tired out of my mind on the freeway watching my roommate sing to "Where's My Hairbrush" from Larry like the freaking Cucumber. Oh, where is my hairbrush? Oh, where is my hairbrush? Oh, where is my hairbrush? I'm not that big of a fan of amusement parks. There's not a real reason for me to ever want to go to Disney. Like, I like a lot of their franchises, but I'm not into, like, rides or any of that. Like, if I went to Disney, I think I would probably go just to eat the food. Like, I'm not that big of a fan. I don't really like any sort of, like, amusement park thing that has a bunch of people and long lines. I just don't think they're worth my time. I'd rather, like... I don't know, what's a place I would like to go that's like a sort of amusement parky? I guess I want to go to the Universal. Because they have that new How to Train Your Dragon Land. I kind of want to see that thing. That Epic Universe thing. That's kind of cool. The Epic Universe thing is kind of cool. I would want to go to that. That place is pretty sick. I've heard of that one. That place is pretty sick. What else do they do? There's like... I would love to like one day go to that Miyazaki land in Japan. You know, the one that they made to kind of like resemble the Miyazaki movies? That's kind of cool. I would go to that. That's really cool. I really like, cause when I was younger, I went on a trip with my parents to Japan. We went to the Tezuka Museum and the Miyazaki Museum, and those were really cool. And now that they have the land too, that's even cooler. Ooh, that's so cool. I think I remember seeing parts of that from a Jaden Animations video. I would also probably want to go if they ever made like an actual like full-on Pokemon like theme park that like lasted. I'd probably want to go to that. Cause I do really like Pokemon. I'm like a legit fan of Pokemon. One of my like prized like possession things that I own is like it's not like a prized possession as in like it means a lot to me sentimentally, but it's like one of my favorite like pieces of things that I have of like a fan merch is I have a I have the music box of like the wife of the cat and the cat returns. It's from A Whisper of the Heart. Ouch, my ear. Yeah, I am making some Leora art. And we're gonna raid into her 3D concert, which I totally could possibly be in there. I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know, but I might totally potentially be in it. I wouldn't know though. I could totally potentially possibly be in it, but I wouldn't know. Do you like chicken wings? I think I do, yeah. Yeah, better watch it just in case. It depends on the flavor. I don't like plain. I like flavored chicken wings, yeah. I don't like plain chicken wings. Fried. Fried chicken wing. Ow. Why does my ear hurt so much? It keeps doing that thing I was telling you about. Like, I might legitimately have an ear infection. Sauce on the side, prefer. Because I like to dip it myself. Like, what else could I have that's making my ear hurt like this? Like, is this not an ear infection? Do I wear earrings? I don't. I have my ears pierced though. I have pain that just like... It just like flares up in like one of my ears. It's just only in my right ear. It just like there's like a pain that just keeps flaring up. And like it like hurts and then it like throbs and it goes away for like a couple of seconds and then it throbs again. Just don't know what else it could be. It does feel like that's on the inside of my ear. It's not on the outside. It's on the inside of my ear. It only started happening like this last week specifically. Like I just don't know what it could be that it like is so persistent. Ugh. It just keeps happening. It might be sinus swelling. Well, I guess it could be a sinus thing. Because I did have a sinus headache, like, over the last couple days, too. I had, like, a sinus headache going on and off. From the weather. It's just pissing me off. Pissing me off. It's not itchy at all, no. It's not like sensitive, like if I touch it, it hurts. It just, it'll like throb. It just throbs. Like on the inside of my ear, on and off, it just throbs. Is this hair? I just realized, is this hair coming from her head or... Oh, it's connected to this, like, one piece of hair? Or is this, like... I can't even tell. I can't even tell if it's connected to... Ugh. It's not the vibe, I'll tell you that. It's not the vibe of today. No, like the longer strand right here. Trying to draw this long strand right here and I can't tell if it's connected or if it's like a separate piece in front of it. I'm looking at a ref sheet right now. You can't see it because I'm looking at it on my monitor. I'm drawing my iPad. Hi, Gehikari! me see. Is it like, or like a, or like a, uh, uh, Is there like a piece of art that shows this part of her hair better? Is there like a piece of art that I can use as a reference for this part of her hair? Someone else drew it that I can just be like, they drew it this way and I'm gonna do it like that. Ow, ow. Let me just look. Okay, everyone else seems to draw it like it's a part of the other hair. Everyone else seems to draw it like it's not its own piece of hair, but it's just attached. So we're gonna draw it the exact same way. Because if everyone else does it, and I do it too, then it's obviously the correct way to do it. If everyone's doing it, then obviously it's correct. Am I right? Exactly. See, if Finale says that it's true, then it must be so. I'll believe anything Finale tells me when it comes to art. I'll just believe it outright. I won't even question. Finale could tell me that red is purple, and I would believe them. I'd be like, Finale knows what art is, so if Finale tells me red is purple, I'll believe it. Purple is half red, you're true. That's true, that's true. Ow. Okay. Dun, dun. It's just... I don't know if I've ever told you this, that my least favorite part of drawing is line art. I like actively dislike line art. It's the one part of drawing that feels like pulling teeth for me. I've just never been able to enjoy it in any feasible form or shape or way. It's like the one part of art that makes me want to rip my hair out. I was about to say throw my hair out, but that's not how hair works. Cause every time I do my line art, I feel like it looks ugly. Okay. It's like the bait of my existence. This and hands. I hate drawing hands. In general. I've never met an artist who said, oh my god, you know my favorite thing to draw? It's freaking hands. I love drawing hands. I've never met an artist who's been like, you know my favorite part of art is when I draw hands? Like, wow. I love drawing hands. Wow. Hands. Am I right? Every time I draw hands, I like succumb to knowing that they're gonna look ugly as I draw them. I'm like, that's how it's gonna be, huh? That's when I draw, ow. That's why when I draw chibis, I draw the hands like stupid ass freaking balls. And I'm like, that's a stylistic choice, I say. It's me not wanting to draw my hands. That's my stylistic choice. Not having to do it. My stylistic choice is no way. No way, Jose. You guys won't see this for a while, but I'll just say that I got something back last night. I got a draft of something last night that you won't see for a while. And the hands are so pog. You won't see it for a while though, but I got a something back yesterday that's really nice looking. And the hands in it are very nice. Sucks that you won't see it forever. sucks that I'm gonna tell you that and then have you wait for a couple of months. I love slightly leaking stuff. And then but then I can't actually tell you what it is for a while. And then you guys have to wait and not know what it is. Is there a Toka art folder? I do not believe so. Art folder? You mean for all the art that I bought in? No, there isn't. There's even some art that I had on my my debut slides that I haven't even posted, but I commissioned, and I have. You can try to hunt around for it. Almost all of the skebs I get are hidden skebs, so you actually can't see them. Almost every single skeb that I get is hidden, so you can't even see it. Because it's hidden on skeb. It's because I'm generous like that. No, it's more like I just don't want you to know what I'm doing. But theoretically, there's a piece of cute art that you might get at the end of this month. Theoretically, there's a really cute piece of art that you might see at the end of the month. Because I might have seen somebody's art that someone got recently and been like, I want that for me though. Thank you! I think so too. I think this is the very Leora looking expression, don't you? I think this is a very Leora looking expression. It's like a subtle expression. I feel like Leora makes a very subtle expression. Wow! Thank you! Thank you, Michael! Thank you for the gifted! Welcome to the Toka Cult, Crybaby. Wah! A friendly professional, I always think. So true. Thank you, Michael! Thank you! I'm just realizing right now that your icon, now that I can see it bigger, is of a one of those Naruto headbands. Is it bad that I used to think that that was a hat? Because I only saw the small icon. Now that I saw it bigger from the membership thing, I realized that that's a Naruto headband. I thought that was a hat. But no, Leora used to be one of my streaming Oshis. I always really looked up to her before I was an SVP, and I also really looked up to Lofi, who is her gen mate in Symphoria, for her music, because I think Lofi has one of the most angelic VTuber voices I've ever heard. I've listened to Lofi's cover of Lemon probably more times than I could count. And I've always looked up to Kokone for her art skills. I think Kokone just has the most phenomenal freaking art skills. I love all of the art she's drawn for the VNU girls. I know, right? Lofi just has the most beautiful singing voice. Sometimes at night, I used to have Lofi's piano playing karaoke sort of streams. Ow. Playing while I was relaxing, reading like fan fiction at night. I just think the Symphoria girls are so talented, and I've always looked up to them. Yeah, I know. I wish I was one of them. I could only play the ukulele. I took a lot of lessons for the piano growing up, but I never was able to really pick it up. I can write like very short, silly songs, but I'm not like good in any capacity. And I've always wanted to be. I feel like that's my problem, is that I'm like very much like I'm like what you would call like a jack of all trades, master of none. Like I have a very beginner skill level in a good portion of things, but I'm not good at anything. But I'm not great at anything. Like I can kind of draw. I can kind of sing. I can kind of mix. I can kind of video edit. I can kind of animate. I can kind of market for myself. I can kind of make harmony guides. You know, it's like I can kind of do a lot of things. But am I really good at any of them? Not really. And I think that's like a problem that I want to fix. Like, I'm not great at any one skill, but I'm pretty mediocre at a good portion of skills. But I feel like the Symphoria girls are all very, like, strong masters of their skills. And that's something I want to be able to own more of myself as, like, time goes on. You know? What is this really, like, why is there Pokemon battle music playing in my ears right now? What happened to my relaxing Diamond and Pearl music? Where's my relaxing Diamond and Pearl track? Someone throw on my relaxing music. No. Yes. My relaxing Twin Leaf Town. No. I want... No. I want... There we go. I like this one. This one's a really good one. I like this one a lot. I mean, just because you use a skill a lot doesn't mean you get better at it, I'll tell you that. I use After Effects all the time. Does not mean I've gotten better at using that. Almost every time I use After Effects, I have to look up how to use the program again. Every time I open that program, I'm looking up how to do almost every basic skill that I already have done before. I don't remember any of it. I'm one of those kids who would learn information for a test at school, and then the test would be over, and I would forget everything I had learned for the test. Like, I remembered it for that event, and then I left the class, and I did not remember any of that happening. It's like, did I even take the test? I guess I did. I'm leaving right now! I guess it's true. I've never really been happy with my art skills. Even when I was drawing more often, I've never really been a fan of even my style of art. Like, I drew my art for the Marshall Maximizer cover that I did, when I was debuting. And I look back at that and I'm like, that's so ugly. But it's fine. It's what it is. I made what I made. And it's released, and I can't fix it now. I look at that art and I'm like, why did I draw the hen like that? Why did I color it like that? Why did I use that pen? It's like, whatever. Because now you can always see people make way better stuff. Yeah. And I mean, like, I just feel like sometimes I'm like, how do I just become better? You know? Like, I would love to be better at stuff, but you can only have so much time in the day. I wish I had more time to own the skills that I would like to own as well. But that's just how life is. I wish I had like a time turner so I could, you know, go back in time and like keep progressing my skills, but then like not have to waste any time. Like, I wish that I had like something like, you know, like the rabbit miraculous, where I could just have a burrow in the middle of time and I could just sit there and time wouldn't progress and I could re-enter whenever I wanted and I could just spend like years worth of time without aging, learning skill after skill, and then only come back when I felt like I was ready. You know? Like, I feel like that would be just the coolest thing ever. Yeah. Because, like, I just feel like there's so many things that I want to do and I have no time for any of it. You know? Time powers would be so overpowered. I mean, they are kind of overpowered. Become a neat? I don't really want to be a neat though. I feel like life is... That's also a problem, is I do like to spend time with friends and stuff. You know? Because I think that life is too short to waste not spending time with the people you care about. It's why, like, sometimes when I'm streaming, I'll be like, okay guys, I gotta go. I gotta go call my friends or call my mom or hang out with people that have plans or something. It's because I think life is also something you kind of have to value, like the connections you have. It's so hard to lose touch with people and never be able to hang out with them again, and it's really sad when that happens, you know? Some of the saddest things to me is the friends that I were really close to when I was younger that I just don't talk to anymore because we don't live in the same town. We don't, like, have the time to connect anymore. So I do prioritize, like, seeing people a lot, actually. I feel like I prioritize it a lot in my life. Like, time that I actually get to spend with people that isn't online or at my work. Because people, you know, we take for granted a lot of the time we get to spend with people. Because at any point, someone can just not be there in your life anymore. Whether it's like an alive thing or if it's like a, like, regular, like, just people never get to see each other again. Like, I have a close friend. We still live technically in the same city, but I haven't seen her in like almost 2.5 years. But we were like, for like 2 years, like we were like almost inseparable best friends. And I consider her still a really close friend. But like, for some reason, our schedules just haven't lined up for almost 2 years. And like, it's just sad when that happens. I was thinking about her recently. I was like, I want to hang out with her, but it's like, I know she's busy and I'm really busy, and, you know, it's one of those things where it's like, I don't know how to make it happen. You know what I mean? Like, there's nothing wrong with being a neat, but I like to prioritize, like, being able to spend time with people in person when I can. I think it's important and I think it's healthy if it's possible. Not everyone can do that. It's like, not everyone has the ability to do that sort of thing. Some people just medically cannot. But since I'm able to, I try to prioritize it. You know? I mean, it is a side effect. It is. At a certain point, you know, jobs kind of take up a good portion of your life. I used to hang out with my friends a lot more before I started VTubing. Before I joined SVP, I used to hang out with my friends maybe twice a week. Now I hang out once a week if I'm lucky. You know? I used to have more friends before I was a VTuber. Friends that like would just be like, hey, do you want to hang out tonight? And I could just say yes, and I would just hang out. But now it's like, sorry, I have a stream. Can't really just do things without planning in advance anymore. Like, I didn't like doing the drop of a hat hangouts because it would stress me out a lot, but it was still, like, worthy, you know, because you're hanging out with your friends. If they can pick you up, why wouldn't you? more satisfying to live strong and try to accomplish what you can? I mean, I think it can be. I don't think I've ever lived passively. I've always been a very headstrong and go-getter sort of person. I mean, that's why I did the musical and stuff, you know? It's like, I don't really like to let life pass me by. If I can't make a part of my dream come true at the moment, then I'll find a way to make a different version of that dream come true until I can accomplish a different dream. It's kind of how I picture the world, is like, until you can get exactly what you want, make versions of the things that you want until you make what your main goal is happen. You know, because I grew up in like a very very theatrical background, because I was in musical theater for most of my life, and you know, you can't really be passive if you want to be in that art field. People who are in theater who don't act in a very people who are in theater who don't audition for everything never get cast. You can't stop. It's not a field that allows you to take breaks or feel sorry for yourself or, you know, live in that sort of mindset, because the thing about theater is it doesn't stop. And that's like one of the cool things, and also one of the really shitty things about that sort of field is like anything that stops you from continuously pursuing it is what's stopping you from actually succeeding, because you're gonna get... I had a dance teacher once. Well, she was like a choreographer as well, but she worked professionally in New York and stuff, right? And did stuff in Broadway. And one of the things she always talked about was how she did like the math. For about every 100 auditions she did, she got maybe 2 to 3 of those drops. And she had a very full resume. Like, she had a very professional, well-built resume. She would audition more than 100 times per year. She got maybe 2 to 3 of those each time. It's not about, like, whether you are the most talented. It's about continuing your pursuit of the goal, lasting out the people who will stop before you get what you want, and continuously trying and never letting the rejection of something get you down. You know what I mean? Because another part of it is also, like, there will be people who will have the same goal as you, but, like, they're gonna drop it before, they're gonna drop it before you do if you keep going. It's kind of like how it is too. Not everyone has the mindset to keep doing something and have failure happen again and again and keep pursuing and persisting despite that. You know? That's kind of life in general, is like, at a certain point, not everyone is made to keep dealing with that sort of feeling. And that's not a bad thing. Like, it's normal to not want to live in or work in a field where you continuously feel like what you're putting out isn't good enough, or like that people will tell you that something isn't good. It's not normal. It's not a normal or very healthy thing, but it's kind of like you have to have like the brain resistance for it. It's something I always remind, like, a couple of my friends who are still actors. I always have to remind them when they, like, get rejected. I'm always like, well, remember, it's not about you. It wasn't that the role you were auditioning for was just not meant for you, and they had someone else in mind, and it doesn't mean you're not good. It means that it wasn't the right time for you to be in that production, and that's nothing to do with you, pal. You know? I always have to remind my friends that it's not about you. It just wasn't the thing for you. You know? And that is not a sign that you are any less talented than you are. Many talented people don't get their goals because of just life. Oh my god, I'm gonna die. Ugh. Okay. This. Yeah, there are a lot of, well, yeah, for a good portion of famous people don't get a good portion of the auditions that they do. Because you don't hear about it, right? A lot of people who audition for stuff in the movies, right? They don't talk about every audition they've ever done. But they've probably, for every movie you see an actor in, they've probably done at least 40 other auditions in the time being, you know? It's not normal to get role after role after role. It's really not normal. Like, it will happen sometimes because an actor is really popping off at a certain moment, but it's not normal. And a lot of the time, also, like, movies that you think are coming out one after the other are not filmed in the order that you think they are filmed. Because films and movies and TV shows all take a lot of different amounts of time to come out. Ow, 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 my ear. Because it always seems different, right? Because of our perception of when things come out in coordinates with when the production is finished. But persistence is a really hard skill, I think, to cultivate. Especially in, like, an artistic field or any sort of job perusal. I always coped by being slightly delusional when I was growing up. Was that I would always tell myself there was an alternate universe where I got the thing that I wanted, and then therefore some other version of me is happy and got what they wanted, and therefore it doesn't matter that I didn't get what I wanted because someone else. I had to suffer and not get what I wanted so that a different version of me that needed it more could get what I wanted. That's how I used to cope. It's a little delusional, but you know what? Why not? When I was younger and I would audition for things and I didn't get them, I'd be like, well, other Tokaku needed it more than me, and so therefore she got it and I didn't. And it's okay, I'll cope for her. I'll take the pain so she can have the win, okay? I can have an L so that other me in a different universe can have a W. Yeah, you know? I was like, it's totally fine. I was like, she's probably pogging off right now, you know? Yippee for her. I can take the ill. Why wouldn't you take an L for another version of yourself? Am I right? Am I right? Would you not take the L for your other version of yourself if they could get everything that you wanted? Let me ask you that. Yeah, would you? Yeah, you're just doing yourself a solid. Would you not do that for yourself? Damn, that sucks for you. I mean, I guess that other version of you probably has a reason. It's okay, the other version of you doesn't have that happening. So you're just taking that so that the other version of you didn't have to deal with it, right? Because the other version of you needs that to happen, right? My own greed for W sickens me. So true. I can't believe other Toka got the thing that I wanted. Frick! Why does she have to win all the time? Why does she always get to win? Why do I have to be the loser Toka? But what if the other version is the eel version? Well, evil is in the eye of the beholder. You know? Ow. Oh, what is... I hope this is are we for sure it's just a sinus pain in the ears. Ow. Block to the throat. It's been like 3 days. And it's like only a pain in like my ear. Like it's like the internal area of my ear. Will there be any summer merch? I can't say anything, but I would say you should just see. Wait and see. I can't say anything though. You know? It's not summer yet. It's not the summer yet. I would say wait and see. It's not the summer yet, you know? Summer hasn't happened, but I can't say yes or no. I might have sneezed too hard and hurt your inner ear. Is that something real? Does that happen? Is that a real thing? Sneeze too hard hurt ear. Sneezing too hard can cause ear pain and damage, particularly to the eardrum. What the frick is that? I've never heard of that. Hello? That's disgusting. What? Hello? You popped and then you have to spend I mean I can hear perfectly fine though. That's the problem, is like I can legitimately hear, you know? Middle ear infection. Middle ear infections. What the hell? I'm just trying to vibe. I'm just trying to vibe. I'm just out here trying to vibe. You know? Trying to draw art of pretty girls and sing. You know? If it's under or sideways to the ear. It's like right, it's like feels like it's coming from the middle of my ear, I guess is how I could say the pain feels. Ugh, I don't know what it is. If it's under or sideways, it could be lymph nodes. I've never even thought about lymph node as like a part of this, but I guess lymph nodes do kind of affect like basically your whole body, don't they? Isn't that kind of weird? I just don't like how like consistent it is. Like it just keeps happening and it like feels like it like just keeps hurting. It's just so consistent. But like I haven't done anything. Like I'd rather just be sick. Ow. I'd rather just be sick, you know? If I have to be sick, like, just make it something that can just be, like, easily cured with, like, some freaking medication and lying down. That's pretty pog. Rather just, like, take 3 days off of work or something. You know? The nose canal is connected to the ears. I guess there's also that, huh? I know it's not a stress thing too, because I also sometimes when I'm really stressed, I have this thing where I start getting like these shocks in the back of my neck. I don't know what those are either, but I think it's like some sort of stress thing. Because when I get really stressed, sometimes I get these like, it's like a shock at the back of my head near the neck, and I'll get these like frequent shocks that are like this but not in my ear. Isn't that funny? And then it'll make my head twitch. But those are a little more painful than this. This is more like a dull hurt. Those are like really painful. It's like getting electrocuted in my head. I'm not that stressed, so I'm not having those right now. But I've had a lot of mysterious pains throughout my life. I used to get this pain from like never changing disease and VTubing goes along like but sort of true. I used to have this pain that would happen when I was growing up. Anytime I would eat something, it would just happen like randomly. Like it wasn't like I could track what it was that I was eating. Because I would like take out a type of food and then see if it would change, and it wouldn't. But sometimes when I was younger, if I was just eating something, I would start getting a lot of pain in the back of my throat. And it would hurt to swallow and talk. But it could even happen from just drinking a liquid. I would just get this like pain in the back of my throat. And it would get triggered from like talking. After like I could keep feeling it and it would hurt for like an hour or more when I was like consuming something. And I still don't know what that was. It stopped happening when I got to a certain age, but when I was growing up for like a good portion of my life, I would just have this pain that would just appear when I was eating on the back of my throat. And I asked the doctor about it all the time. I would bring it up every time I went to the doctor, and my doctor would always be like, I really can't tell you what it is other than a potential allergy. And I was like, but I tried stopping eating rice. I tried to stop eating bread. I tried to stop eating certain meats. Yeah, and it just went away at a certain age. It just stopped happening. You know? It was kind of crazy. It just went away. The doctor still doesn't know what it was. I still don't know what it was. Well, I had to try, you know? I tried not having rice for a week to see if it would help. It didn't help. I still had problems. Because I tried giving up rice because rice was like one of the main parts of my diet growing up. So I was like, well, maybe it's rice. And then I was like, maybe it's noodles. And then I was like, maybe it's bread. And then maybe it's meat. Maybe it's red meat. Maybe it's fish. It was not any of those things because I kept having pain in the back of my throat anyway. I was like, if I just keep stopping eating certain things, eventually I'll come up on the thing that's like actually causing the issue. That didn't happen. You would think that that's what would happen, but it did not. That was not what happened. Oh, okay. We're gonna do the eyes next. Because it was like actually like I was getting to the point when I was a kid with it where I was like, this is really impacting my ability to enjoy food. Cause like I've had these like sneezing allergies since I was a kid too, but you know, like this is way easier to deal with, like in terms of like living life, because it doesn't impact my it impacts my ability to enjoy my everyday life. But I can still eat. You know? It doesn't impact my ability to eat. Because I personally feel like eating is one of the only joys that is consistent in life. You can make me feel miserable from sneezing all day, but you can't take away how good eating a nice warm meal is. You know what I mean? You can't take away how good it tastes to have dinner. Like, that is a joy that is unbridled and follows you. It's kind of like a shower, you know? It's like, you can never take away from me how nice it is to sit under the shower. That's a joy that happens every single time that I have my shower. It's always just as good as the last shower I had. You know what I mean? Every time the warm water hits, I'm like, Nice. You know? If I get stuck with some sort of like random ass like gut disease after having these like allergies my whole life, I think it might be time to end it off. I think at that point in my life it might be time to end it all. That'd be a sign. That would be a sign. Surely, you know? It'd be a message. Message from fate. My god, yippee! Why don't you eat now? You should just eat dinner. It's a drawing stream. There's nothing really that visual happening on the stream. There's no gameplay. It's just me scratching at an iPad and you guys watching it. I don't even know if this is good visual stimulation. Is this good visuals? Is this as good as me playing what's that game? Subway Surfer? Is this as good as Subway Surfer for you? Are the visuals helping? Are the visuals helping you talk to me? I don't know. I find like the drawing visuals like because like for me I'm like I can't really like you like how to see how people draw with their unique styles? Really? I don't really find art streams to be that interesting for me, so I just do them because I like to draw sometimes and I like hanging out. But I don't find like art streams aren't my favorite type of streams to watch. But I don't like to watch I don't like to watch game streams either. I'm more of a I like Zatsus. Well, thank you. I'm just more of like when I watch other people's streams, I like Zatsus a lot and I like singing streams a lot. Ugh. This is death. Anyway, sorry. I just want to know what triggered my sneezing because I went on a walk today and it was fine. Well, I did walk in front of some houses. I really need to know what it is that some people put in their like freaking lawns that makes it hard to breathe. There are like these people, I'll walk in front of their houses with my dog and there's something that they put into their lawn around this time of year that makes it so hard to breathe. And I don't know what it is, but it's like it has to be some sort of fertilizer thing or like some sort of plant treatment. But I'll like walk by people's houses now that it's like the spring summer where they're planting their freaking plants, and it's like I get hit with like this wall of some sort of like it smells like a chemical to me, but it could be something else. And it's like the strongest scent and it's like almost sweetly sickly sour. And it like makes it so hard to breathe. I like I'll normally, if I know what it is, like when I know what house it's gonna be, I like hold my breath a couple houses beforehand and then I walk really fast by that house. But like a bunch of like neighbors in my neighborhood will do that and it's like, can you stop? I don't know what you're doing, but I feel like it can't be good for the world. I feel like it can't possibly be good for the environment. Because it's not that it's stinky. That's not the problem I have. It's like that it like makes it hard to breathe. Like I can deal with something smelling like shit. Like that's fine. I don't mind if it smells bad. Goose poop smells bad and people put goose poop and stuff in their gardens all the time. But like, it's some sort of like randomest thing that they put in there, and I think it's for like growing their plants, but it like really like makes it hard to breathe. And I'm like, your plants are not that important. Your stupid like flowers blooming like a little bit better than they could is not worth this. But okay. Like, I love a good flower as much as the next person, but I don't think you need to do this to make your plants grow. I really don't. Just freaking water your plant. I swear to God. Aerosolized sprays? That could be that too. I don't know. I don't even understand how people grow their plants and stuff. My mother was she has like a like, what do you call it? She has like she has the opposite of a green thumb. My mom would buy plants to put in our garden growing up, and she would accidentally kill them all the time. She was not good at taking care of them. The only plants I always grew in our garden growing up was I always grew sunflowers. I loved planting and growing sunflowers every summer. I liked to grow my sunflowers. And every year I would try to track and see which one I could grow the tallest every year with my tall little plant sticks. I would put taller stick and tie them to the stick when they started to droop. It was so nice. I always loved those sunflowers. I'm a big sunflower person. Well, my favorite plant is actually a lily, but I can't own lilies anymore because I have a cat, and so it's too dangerous to own any lilies or have lilies around me or in my house because obviously I don't want to kill my cat. But my favorite flowers are lilies. That's why you always see them on my, like... That's why I picked it to be one of my motifs for my characters, because, like, I really love lilies. They're my favorite flower. I especially love a good Easter lily. I think Easter lilies are so cute. I wonder what people would pick for, like, all the SVP girls, what flowers they would associate with all of us. Because I feel like you could easily be like, oh, I bet you I bet they could be, a lot of people would be like, oh my god, like, Yui is a strawberry bloom, the flower before the strawberry happens. But I'd be like, that's a cop out, and you can't pick that. I'd be like, that's a freaking cop out. What flower would Leora be? Oh, I think actually, what is this flower called? Be like, that's the most cop out I ever heard in my life. What is this flower called? I see it in like what is it? It's in like, they're like the most what is this called? It's
Hi, Saki. Thank you. I'm really not. My art is not the best. I wish I could get better. See, because it's like you could go by colors, but then also I feel like just because a flower is a certain color doesn't mean that it fits the personality of someone, you know? Why can't I find the name of this flower? It's like, this one. What is this called? Not this one. Not that one. No. What is this one? Is it this one? Ow, 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 ow. This one. This... Is this the one I'm thinking of? Why is my computer running so slow? Stop that. Why is my Google running like 1 mile per hour right now? I wish it would just work. Sometimes I feel that way about like my entire freaking setup. I'm just like, what if it worked? This one. Okay, here we go. It's this one. This one I think reminds me of Leora. That one is what reminds me of Leora. They're apparently they are big. They're accepted as meaning like big-hearted. But what is the meaning of the colors of Delphium? Delphium flower meaning. What does it mean? I just thought it looked like her, but what does it mean? Ow. Can someone tell me why do they all say like, oh, each of the colors have a different meaning, but like they don't like frickin' say what it means? I love when someone does that. Ow. My gosh darn ear. Whenever this stops, I'll be so excited. Oh, that's so pretty, thank you. They're so pretty, they look like stars. In Germany, they're basically called night spores. Really? You think I look good in glasses? Thank you. In 17 minutes, it'll be Leora's concert. I'm so excited. Yippee! I'm not excited because it means it'll make her leave, though. But, I mean, it's what happens. But I'm excited for the concert itself. She's worked really hard on it, and I bet it's gonna be really good. I bet you it's gonna be phenomenal. So many 3D concerts recently. I don't know if you guys saw yesterday was uh Isla Coleman. Isla Coleman did her 3D concert yesterday, and Nixie from Vivaria did her 3D concert yesterday. Sorry. I watched both of snippets of both of them. I didn't get the chance to sit down and watch all of it for both of them yet, but the snippets I saw were really good. Right there. I really like for eyes to do this kind of like really big-eyed look with like thick lashes. Yeah. I've always really liked Isla's voice, and I think she's really funny. Am I planning any ASMR content soon? I'm planning to do the ones for the Donathon ones, but I'm not prioritizing it right now. Just because I have a lot of games that I want to play, and I prefer to just do things as I think of them and not just do them because I think it'll be like... I'm not one of those people who likes to just do things because I think it might help with like numbers and stuff. Like when I do ASMR, it's because I feel inspired to do one, you know? Because I don't like... ASMR isn't like my passion, so it's more like if I'm gonna do one, it's because I feel like doing it, you know? If that makes sense? Because I like doing it, but it's not like my favorite thing to do. So I prefer to just do it if I feel like I want to. If that makes sense. And also, it's really hard to do ASMR because I also have to plan to make sure it happens when, like, hopefully there's, like, no one around. Because, like, my roommate's really loud. She loves to, like, watch her shows and, like, scream when she watches her shows. And, like, my dog likes to bark. So it's, like, I just try to have to do it when it's, like, I hopefully can plan that, like, it'll be quiet. As well. Dog ASMR. Hey, that's happened before. I've had some ASMR streams where it's like he'll just start barking and I like have to mute and then everyone's like, why are you quiet? It's because my dog is barking his entire brain out. Full dog ASMR stream. I don't think you would like that. It would just sound like a dog breathing into the microphone. I mean, I don't really write scripts for ASMR anymore. I just do improv character ASMR. The last ASMRs I've done have all been non-scripted, and I've just been, like, improv stuff. I haven't done a scripted ASMR since the first one I did during Christmas. I just don't really like writing the scripts for ASMR. I feel like it's, like... it's too much work for me to want to write a whole script. Because it's like, I'll write a script and I won't even feel like it's long. Like, the last scripted one that was, like, recorded scripted, it wasn't, like, a stream, was the one I released, like, a while back. And that was the first, like, full script that I did. And it was way shorter than I thought it was gonna be. I was like, it doesn't really feel worth it at that point, you know? I'd rather just, like, plan a character or characters and then vibe with the characters and just play the character and talk to you guys doing ASMR, you know? That's just kind of more of like the vibe I feel for my ASMR streams, or like what they will be, slash currently are, you know? Like, I'm not a... I write scripts in terms of, like, plays and musicals and stuff like that. I can write song lyrics. But I feel like the experience of writing for ASMR is just so different, and it doesn't really fit my writing style very well. But if you like ASMR, Yui started doing ASMR. She just got her ASMR mic, so she'll probably be doing more of that soon. She likes writing the scripts for ASMR, so if you like scripted ASMR, you should check out Yui's because she's planning to do more because she really likes writing the scripts for it. You know? Okay. Yeah, I was guess who was the one who listened to her ASMR and helped her go through her script before she posted that. I wasn't totally her test audience. That wasn't me. Okay. Oh, the face! That's what's missing. Other than the ear thing, but we'll get to that. We'll get to that later. There's like the basic line art. We'll have to clean it up and do we'll have to clean it up and I'll color it before I give it to her tomorrow. But we drew Leora today. And then we're gonna raid into her concert in like just a second. But I wanted to promote what did I wanted to promote please check out the rating Nikki stream tomorrow on Yui's channel. We'll be announcing something special at the end of that stream, so please make sure to check it out. And it'll be fun. Also, please make sure, if you haven't yet, to remember to check out Nana's birthday merch. Nana just had her birthday last week. She has a desk mat. She has some cute stickers that she drew herself. And a voice pack. Please make sure to give Leora your love. Announcement really the announcement will be very hopefully fun. Hopefully you'll like it. It's positive announcement, yes. Announcement hype. Hopefully. I don't know. It'll be whatever you think it is. But please be excited for announcement tomorrow after the Nikkei stream. Please hang out and chill with us while we talk about Nikkei characters. I've never seen the franchise. I've never read the franchise, never played the franchise. But please, I'm gonna rate out to Leora right now. But please, give her lots of love for her 3D concert. It's her 3 years anniversary and the last concert that she will be doing before she graduates tomorrow. So please support her. I've looked up to Leora for a really long time before I got to meet her. She was one of the first VTubers I ever watched and was a fan of. And I'm really lucky that I got to be here and befriend her before she left. So please support her. And we will use the Crybaby Stampede. Sheep. Drop. I'm gonna do this. Send this raid message out. And I'm gonna make sure that I have the raid fully set up so we can make sure we for sure raid into her. Let me just check to make sure, because I want to make sure it happens. Let's check. Ow. Yeah, me too. She was like the first VTuber that I ever really watched who wasn't a HoloLive VTuber. So, you know, it's gonna be what it is. But I feel lucky that we were able to get her for the time that she's been here, and it's been a long 3 years. So I'm really happy that I got to watch her these last 3 years. As she says, she's happy to know that there was a Valkyrie out there. She's happy to see her Valkyries. And I'm very proud to be a Valkyrie. Yeah, I'm really happy she was able to participate. But I will see you guys tomorrow on Yui stream, okay? So let's hang out tomorrow and let's raid out to Leora, okay? 3, 2, 1. Woo!